One thing that I noticed is that the more successful and intelligent that you are as a human being, the more people will hate you for it. Or I should say, the more intelligent and successful you are and you recognize that, the more people will hate you for it. But if you don't have success and intelligence and it's evident that you don't have it, but you're trying to act like you do, people will look at that with respect. Like, let me give you an example. You'll have somebody who's an autistic spectrum dumb fuck, and then you'll have somebody who's a successful entrepreneur who's an inventor. If both of those individuals were standing next to each other and they were in front of people, and the retarded person acted like they knew something and they were smart, people will look at them with more humbleness. And if you say anything to that person to let the audience know that that person's a retard, people will look at you as a hater. But if you go to the other person, the guy who's successful and is an inventor and intelligent, and I'm saying this because this is me. I am intelligent and successful. So, like, when I see this shit, because I'm the example, because I know this from my life. So when you know that, people will find a flaw. So, like, you'll see, like, and I see this shit on social media. Like, this is the best example I could give you on social media. And I gave this example before. You'll see an ugly, fat ass bitch, and she'll be on the internet and she'll talk about something like body shaming. And people will look at it like, oh, people need to respect people who are overweight and whatever, and they'll look at it like with humbleness and respect. They won't say nothing bad. And if you say she's fat, people will look at you like you're crazy. And they will say you're a hater. But then there'll be a girl who's an attractive, who got money and just looks like she got her shit together. And you'll see people find flaws. They'll be like, I bet she has an STD. I bet she has multiple men. Oh, she thinks she needs money to be happy. Like, they'll find flaws. And I'm like, how can you find a flaw in this, but you don't find a flaw in that? You see what I'm saying? And then you may say, oh, well, you don't want to make fun of people who are retarded, but they're not doing it out of the kindness of their heart because they're a good person, because they'll go out and make fun of somebody who's successful. So the thing is, they just like people that are less down than them to make them feel better. So then they can talk nice to them. But when they see somebody who's doing better, then they have to find a flaw. So you'll see people that be like, oh, look at this person. I bet this person's gay. I bet this person did this. Oh, they probably have sold their soul because they got a lot of money. Or they'll find something. And when people do that, that's just them confirming to themselves and giving them their own self-gratification for what they think is, so they can feel better about themselves. So they can create a delusion of what is, but it really isn't. You see what I'm saying? So they'll say that just so they can think and feel a certain way, just to make them sleep at night. Because that's how miserable they fucking are. This is the world we live in. This shit's crazy. Because I'll see that they'll be like, oh, don't make fun of people who are retarded and slow, which I agree with that. But then the same people who will tell you not to do that, they will go and make fun of somebody for no reason who's successful and intelligent. But the reason for that, it'll be, oh, that person, they'll try to find flaws. We all have flaws. Just like the retarded person, he has a flaw. But if you call out that flaw as an issue, but then somebody who has money, you'll be like, oh, that person didn't have a father when they were younger, so he needs money to be happy. Or that person, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they'll find a certain, like, it's crazy. This shit is crazy. Like, it just shows you how, like, fucking, like, miserable this world is. And then they try to act like they're a good person, but then they're really not. Because them acting like a good person is not for anything. It's just so they can make themselves feel good. Because, like, the Matrix has programs so it can make the Matrix run like it's supposed to run. So this is why they tell you to be civilized and be a good citizen. It's not because it's some type of God or you're gonna get fucking brownie points for being a good person. That's not what the fuck it is. Because if that was the case, you wouldn't see stupid people saying dumb shit like, why do bad things happen to good people? First of all, who are you to say that person good or bad? And if you think that person's good or bad, that's your perception, dumbass. You don't know shit. Just because you think you're being a good person because the government told you some dumbass stupid shit doesn't mean shit. The reason they told you to be civilized and pay bills and be a working citizen isn't to better anything but this system and to keep it flowing. That's the reason they want your ass to be good, so you can shut the fuck up and stay busy, go to work and get in line and do what you're supposed to do. It's not so you get brownie points because some spiritual thing, I'm so good or not. That's what I'm saying. Most people, they just full of shit. So when people do good things, 99% of the time it's on the basis of them just feeling good. It's an ego thing. It's nothing but an ego thing. Like a lot of people, they don't understand, like all that shit is ego. Like even you, like a lot, I see a lot of these dumbass people out here. It's like, oh, I want to get out of this world. I just want to go somewhere we can just be happy. Bitch, happiness is part of this world, dumbass. So if you want to experience happiness forever, then you want to experience this stupid shit. I don't want to experience this stupid shit forever, nigga. And who the fuck's to say is happiness is the most thing you can experience? There's probably something that's even more than happiness that you can experience. So, but you dumbasses don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So you create these stupid ass, these mentalities that gotta keep you stuck in this shit. This is probably why a lot of you guys' lives are fucked up now. Like a lot of you guys who watching my videos and you just hate this fucking reality. Like you've been here a lot of times. You've done whatever you're doing now. You did it before. And this time is harder or it's different, but you did it before. That's why you don't like this shit. That's why this shit resonates so good with you, because you've been here before. You weren't supposed to fucking come back like you came back and shit. Because I'm starting to realize, like, I don't even really want to get too deep into that shit, but yeah, I just really wanted to just say what I had to say, because I noticed that shit, like, every time when I'll, like, tell some people about my spiritual shit, or I'll just, like, it'll even get to a point where I'll use common sense and people will think that I know something more than them. Like, I'll be like, maybe we should do it this way because this, and that. And I use common sense, and then they'll be like, did you go to school for this? How do you know this? You're not sort of, like, they'll say dumb shit like this. And I'm like, it's not even that big of a deal. It's not like I'm talking about let's go into surgery and remove this person's appendix. I'm not, bitch. This is something so simple. You can go on YouTube, but then like shit like that, and then when you act like you're intelligent, smart, people try to find flaws into you, and they'll try to, oh, well, you think you're smart because of this, that, and that, but they have flaws themselves, which they don't realize. That's the thing. And then when I call out those flaws, they'll try to be like, try to use it against me. Be like, oh, you're projecting something. That's what they'll say, you're projecting. But then what I say is, like, regardless if I'm projecting, let's just say I am projecting. That doesn't take the fact that you a bitch ass nigga. So if I'm projecting that you a bitch ass nigga and I'm a bitch ass nigga, and you say I'm projecting, okay, even though I may be a bitch ass nigga, that doesn't take the fact that you ain't a bitch ass nigga. Because when you go to bed and go to sleep at night, nigga, you're the one in your own mind thinking of what happened during the day. You got to worry about how to not be a bitch ass nigga. You don't have to worry about me, because if I'm a bitch ass nigga or not, that doesn't mean anything. So even if I'm projecting, that does not take the fact away that you a bitch ass nigga. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I don't understand. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna end this video. This shit is fucking crazy, man. Like, this shit is crazy. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna end this video.